Hey everybody, Mr. Hager here with the second part of your assignment for these remote days. We're still working with parallelograms, but now we're going to shift gears. So instead of me giving you a diagram and you telling me why it's a parallelogram, what I'm going to tell you is that we now know it's a parallelogram and you're going to have to use some of those facts to solve some problems. The key here is that you still want to have that graphic organizer out because you need to know what's true about parallelograms so you know which of those facts that you're using in each particular problem. I'm going to walk you through a few of the problems from the first worksheet and then set you off on your way to finish the rest of the problems. I have posted which specific problems you're going to be doing in Google Classroom, so make sure you check on that. All right, here we are on the first worksheet, and we're going to start with these problems 9 through 11. We're not going to worry about 1 through 8 right now. But in 9 through 11, we're focused on the diagonals. Now we know that if it's a parallelogram, the diagonals bisect each other. What that means is that they cut each other in half. So if I wanted to, I can immediately go to my diagrams and mark all those things as congruent. I know that these two are congruent. I know that these are congruent. And I do that because what that does is allows me to see, okay, in this particular diagram, I'm going to focus on number 10 here. I know that this portion right here that is 10 is congruent to this portion right here that's 2x minus 4. Well, we know that in geometry, congruent means they're the same size and shape. In algebra, that's the same as saying that they are equal. So I'm going to very simply set up an equation here that says 10 equals 2x minus 4. Okay? Because this piece of the diagonal and this piece of the diagonal are the same length. Okay? And so they're 10 has to equal 2x plus 4. I'm not going to solve the rest of that for you. You can work from there. But I'm going to let you focus here on that statement in these problems as well. Be careful in this one. IK is telling you the length of the whole thing. You need to think about what this half is going to be. As we slide down here to these next ones, now you're finding some missing angles. And there's a lot of stuff going on here. You're going to have to pull in more than just parallelograms. Things like linear pairs have to add up to 180 degrees. So if this is 82, 180 minus 82 gets you here. You might need some things with alternate interior angles because we know that these two lines are parallel. And so alternate interior angles, this 50 and this angle 3 are going to be congruent and some things like that. Make sure here you are finding the measure of angle 1, measure of angle 2, measure of angle 3. Here it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Here it's 1, 2, and 3. Here, consecutive angles are supplementary. So whatever this is, these two together have to add up to be 180 degrees. Okay, so you have to do some subtraction there. You also know that opposite angles are congruent. Flipping this page over. Same thing here. Don't let it bother you just because there are multiple variables. Right? Focus on the portions that have the same variable. These both have x. Well, those are consecutive angles. Consecutive angles are supplementary. So when I add them together, they have to equal 180 degrees. 4x plus x minus 25 has to add up to 180. Now that's a little bit different than these, which are opposite angles, and opposite angles are congruent. 5x equals 3x plus 40. Okay. And so you want to work with that idea. I will say down here that number 18 is going to involve a systems of equations. Okay. And that's pulling back from your Algebra 1 knowledge. Okay. This one is going to be a bonus question. So if you get this right, I'll give you some bonus points. You're going to continue to work with some of the others, solve these equations, make sure you're showing your work there. What we'll do on Thursday is check on those, and we'll move on into some other shapes. Okay. Thanks for watching here. Make sure you give these a try. Take the time. You might get them wrong. It's okay to get them wrong. Okay, I'm not grading you on the correctness here. What I want to see is what you tried so that we can make some corrections, so that we can learn from mistakes. Perfectly okay to get things wrong here. The thing that you want to do is try. Give me the best effort that you can right now, and we'll go from there. Have a wonderful day today. We'll see you next time in class.